Every year, over 100,000 concussions occur in all levels of football. And 60% of these are from head-to-head collisions. In an impact lasting just 15 milliseconds, a player's head, on average, experiences almost 100 Gs of force. And collisions on special teams can result in forces of up to 190 Gs.
Now we're going to go to a troubling new study about the risk of brain injury in football. Researchers are finding that among the brains of 111 former NFL players donated to science, nearly all showed signs of a brain disease known as CTE.
Separation. Oh, big hit. Sanders gets walloped by McLeod. Penalty marker on the play.
CTE is defined as degenerative brain disease found in people with a history of repeated head trauma, like football players. A recent study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found CTE in 99% of brains obtained from NFL players, but also in 91% of college football players and in 21% of high school football players.
Finds some time, gets away from it. Here comes Harrison chasing. Moore, oh my goodness, Moore is absolutely wild. I don't know how he's going to get up.
In trouble, here comes the rush, and here's the hit. Wow. Mike Bill is in, 1st and 10. Bill picks up Polamalu.
It's a progressive degenerative brain disease. It is like Alzheimer's. It can start with memory loss, mood swings, and difficulty in concentration, developing into progressive dementia, even possible thoughts of suicide. But unlike Alzheimer's, CTE can also result in significant aggression and lack of impulse control.
Brian Price was a hard-hitting NFL defensive tackle who became a mild-mannered husband and father. A stark contrast to the disoriented man police encountered in April. Out of nowhere, he went charging. Full speed into the store's heavy plate glass doors. Price tells NBC affiliate WDIV he doesn't remember any of it, and his family blames the outburst on CTE.
You don't want people to see it, but at the same time, I know I'm not the only one going through this.
NFL great Junior Seau, 43 years old, dead of a gunshot wound to the chest. Is this somehow another example of that legacy of the punishment players take on the field?
Former Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez suffered from the most severe CTE ever discovered in someone his age. The 27-year-old committed suicide in April while serving.
He was robbed of the last 15 years of his life. I think there were a lot of days that he could not get away from the sound in his head, and headaches became just a constant event for him. He grit his teeth so bad that he literally broke a bridge. There were days that I could walk into the house and knew that he was not having a good day. It was obvious by the look on his face. The house would be completely silent because he just didn't want any sound. He could never sleep. For our viewing pleasure, they pay for it with their bodies, and now we're finding out with their brain.
CTE, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's are all called taupathic diseases. And unfortunately, research on living people with these disorders is still ongoing, and as of now, there is no cure, which means once CTE sets in, usually in middle age, decades after the repeated impacts occurred, nothing can be done. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy is manifesting in athlete after athlete because they've spent their whole careers smashing into one another.
I don't have any personal resentment or anger at the NFL. I'm not afraid to speak up and say they've got to stand up, they've got to do what's right. We know the helmet is not the answer. There has to be something done about the contact.